Yeah, and so the goal, 100% right. I'm gonna get super tactical with this and talk about 3 ways that we got to put that into place. Because I think if it was as easy as let's take what's in here and hit copy and paste, I mean, training wouldn't be such a challenge, right? Like we heard from a really renowned sales trainer yesterday that said, hey, built a bunch of online material and it's kind of sat there on the shelf, and it's because knowledge transfer is a tough thing. In order to get someone to retain a message, you got to tell someone what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. And so from a tactical perspective, like we need to actually define what that training looks like. We need to define, we're gonna sit in a class and we're gonna discuss the theory of what that automotive process was 40 years ago and how the cheese has moved over the past 5 years, not 40, right? Because it's changed more in the past 5 years than almost the 20 preceding years before it with the pace of technology. So we got to do the classroom style theory. From there, you need to actually hold people accountable. You need to be listening to recorded calls with your sales reps. That is understanding what they sound like when you're not aware, when they are not aware that they're being observed. And you also need to sit with them while they're making calls, while they're doing those meetings, and that's going to be their sales behavior while they know they're being observed. And if you see differences between those behaviors, you got to have a conversation around, well, you do this when you're observed, you do this when you're not observed. And then finally, you also have to, and this is really the third part of that tactical, how we need to roll out that knowledge transfer, we need to set the expectations that they need to be active participants in their own coaching. So the expectation is you're going to bring me X calls that we can coach over this period of time, but I won't coach a call unless you've already marked it up, kind of thing. We need their participation. So I think that's really important tactically. And then the other super tactical thing that I think is important just for getting the right mindset for our team around all this is you got to understand someone's why. We've talked for the past couple days about you can't make a sale without solving a problem for someone. And that is exactly what we're doing as leaders at ABC Motors, is we're solving all our employees' problems. So if we're trying to motivate people by being like, hit this target, hit this target, hit this target, we're never going anywhere. If you sit down and go, what are you in this for? How are you trying to improve your quality of life? Is it you want a family that loves and respects you? You want to upgrade your home? You want a cottage in Rosso? Whatever it is, you need to be able to say, this daily bread goal done with consistency is what equals your cottage in Rosso.
Find your purpose, basically.
Yeah, it's got to be, we got to understand every one of our staff's why, and that is what we hold them accountable to and why we get them to focus on the process.